We have seen the concept of overlapping in building of a covalent bond. Now we will see the example of simple overlapping, that is head-on and sideways, in the field of formation of simple homonuclear and heteronuclear units or molecule. By the meaning of homonuclear molecule, we understand the molecule made up of same kind of atoms. These are the examples of homonuclear species, while HCl is an heteronuclear species. The two different atoms are present. So earlier what we have seen, that we know we could have head-on overlapping or direct contact or touch of atomic orbitals. This head-on overlapping, though it is actually taking place, the orbitals, s orbitals are spherically symmetric and they do not penetrate to one another. They are just touching each other, but actually I am showing this head-on overlapping like this, just to show this is the place of contact where two electrons are present in two opposite spins. This is the space where the shared pair is present with two opposite spins. So this is how the head-on overlapping of two s orbital is being shown. What we know, that head-on overlapping is possible with SS, possible with SPZ, and is also possible with PZ and PZ, provided Z is our internuclear axis. And also we know that no such effective overlapping is there with, this is our S and PZ. No such effective overlapping is possible if we have S and Px or S and Py, because we are considering the Z axis as internuclear axis. Had we considered X as internuclear axis, then X and S and Px would have formed linear overlapping or head-on overlapping, and then Pz and Py would not have any possible or effective overlapping with S orbital. So since we are considering Z as internuclear axis, so automatically we will consider S and Px will be like this. So if this half is positive, this half will be negative, and the net overlapping is 0. No net overlapping. This is same with Py or Px. I said repeatedly that Z is considered as internuclear axis. Similarly, Pz and Pz is actually forming the overlapping like this, Pz and Pz. So these are all about our head-on overlapping, and sideways overlapping is possible with Px and Py, provided there is already existing an head-on overlapping or sigma bond. So with this concept of head-on and lateral or sideways overlapping, we will explain the formation of homonuclear and heteronuclear species. So this is our Px, and of course the internuclear axis, this is the Pz. Once the Pz overlapping is there, then only the Px and Px could come to the possible close distance where the electric fields are being superposed to each other. So in that case, we could have even another mutually perpendicular axis Py, which I am showing it like this. It's actually above and below the plane. So here also it forms another. In fact, this electron cloud is, this is the sigma bond between A and B, and the pi electron cloud, one will be above and below, another will be front and back. So in this way the electron clouds are being formed as px and py lateral overlapping, and this is possible only if the px and px are coming close and directly touching each other. Then only this perpendicular py or px px could have any possible overlapping or maximum closeness. Now let's see how this formation is taking place. The first example I'll take, that is hydrogen molecule. Hydrogen molecule, as we know, this H is 1s1, so it is having only single electron, and 2 hydrogen means it is a result of SS overlapping. The 2 hydrogen atoms are overlapped, touching each other, and this is the shared pair or bonded one shown by this. The bond order is also single. When we have Cl2 molecule, we know that chlorine is having a configuration of, last shell configuration is 3s2 3p5. So 3s2, and this is having one unpaired electron, the pz atomic orbital. Another Cl will also go for this pz overlapping. There will be, this is one Cl, and this will be another Cl whose pz is also half filled or singly occupied. So this is the pz of 2 Cl which are being overlapped, and completely filled px and py are already there. So this is how that Cl-Cl single bond is being formed. Now coming to this HCl molecule, last day I had shown you this formation of HCl molecule also. As we know, hydrogen is 1s1 and Cl, the last shell configuration is 3s2 3p5. So considering that half filled orbital, this is hydrogen, one is half filled, singly occupied, and this is pz of Cl, that is also single occupied. So this is how HCl bond is being formed. And once HCl bond is formed, this is a polar molecule. Later on, through inductive effect or permanent displacement of electron, we will be able to explain why that Cl is slightly getting a negative charge, and H plus is slightly positive. We could have the formation of lateral overlapping or multiple bonds also. Let's consider the formation of O2 molecule. Oxygen is 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. So this 2s2, 2p4, according to Hund's rule, we will make it 2s2, 2p4. That means its pz orbital is half filled, as well as its py orbital is also half filled. So this oxygen required here electron to be completed, here also electron to be completed, and that explains the divalency of oxygen. So this is your oxygen pz orbital. This is also pz with one electron over here. This is another oxygen whose pz and pz are here. This is also another electron, and perpendicular to this we have the py orbital also with half filled. So this forms the sigma bond or linear bond, while this forms the sideways or lateral overlapping. And this is the oxygen single bond, while the double bond or pi bond comes as the pi electron cloud above and below the plane of sigma bond. Now this is not the two bonds, this is a single pi bond above and below the sigma bond, plane of sigma bond. In fact, it is rotating like this, pi electron cloud, and this is the localized or linear sigma bond. Now similarly, when we consider the formation of nitrogen molecule, this nitrogen atom is having a configuration of 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. So this 2s2 completely filled up, and 2p3, all the px, py and pz are singly occupied. So thereby this nitrogen, this will have pz overlapping, py overlapping and px overlapping. This two will result in the formation of multiple pi bond, and this will form a sigma bond. So this is the nitrogen whose pz and pz are making. This is another nitrogen whose pz and pz are making, and this will be the linear or sigma bond. This is how py and py perpendicular to the plane of sigma bond with single occupied electrons, forming the pi electron cloud 1, and another is px. This will be perpendicular to the plane, which I am showing like this. This is also having a single electron, forming like this. So in fact, this nitrogen, this is the sigma bond. We have pi electron cloud above and below the plane of sigma bond, as well as pi electron cloud front and back this. That means in this nitrogen, this linear bond, we have one pi bond as above and below, another as back and front. So if this we consider, these two ends are the two nitrogen. This is the linear sigma bond. This is pi bond, one pi bond. This will be another pi bond. That means this nitrogen is actually fully surrounded by pi electron cloud. That's all in the formation of normal bonds. Now we will see in the next video where it will not be explained.